Jackson, what's your question, buddy?
When is Damien Dark gonna die?
That's a great question. Do you like that guy?
I don't even know how to land a punch on him yet. We are many, many steps away from killing Damien Dark. But Neil, who I think has been a tremendous addition to the show, evil though he may be, his wife watched a little bit of an episode today. It's actually the end of the fall finale, and she thought it was so beautiful that she cried a little bit. She might have been sad as well. Probably die soon.
Yeah, anything else? Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Jackson.
All right, Spider-Man.
That's me. Okay, I'm Samir. I'm a huge fan. I'm from Fremont. Shout out to all the Fremonters out there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for holding my back.
All three.
Okay, so now, this is an issue that I think a lot of the comic book fans would be more concerned about. One, the goatee, when's it gonna happen? And two, are we gonna get more of Solomon Grundy? Because he's great.
That was a good thing in season 2, wasn't it? The Solomon. That would be a fantastic thing to bring back. There are no plans for the goatee to happen on Arrow.
Do we need the goatee?
I guess not.
I guess not.
All right. Well, you look great.
Thanks very much. Hey, look.
On the island.
I'd love to grow it. Once we're done with the island flashbacks, tell you what. Once we're done with the island flashbacks, if I'm not working over hiatus, okay, I'll grow a horrible goatee. And I mean really, really bad, like bad. Because over the hiatus between season 2 and season 3, I didn't shave. I actually did grow facial hair, and I shaved it into a goatee. And Cassandra looked at it, and she just side-eyed it like this. It didn't even say anything and just left the room. So, there we go.
Thanks.
Just leave a mustache next time.
I love growing a mustache. Easy.
Let's go over here.
I have 2 questions. One, are you excited for the new season, Legends of Tomorrow?
Yes, I am. Yeah. No, it's good. I've done some stuff with the Legends of Tomorrow people, which is really fun because it's just I'm all for our DC universe under the tutelage of Berlanti and Jeff Johns and WB. I'm all for it getting bigger, and I'm all for more actors and more crew members in Vancouver specifically having bigger and better and greater opportunities. Because the thing that people don't understand is that as a new show comes up, you need to populate it with new crew members. And so what happens is crew members that have been in a spot on Arrow for a number of years, they'll graduate up and they'll do something new and exciting on Legends or Flash. So it provides new opportunities for people, so that's exciting. And I think it's going to be a good show. I really do. I have high hopes.
The second question is, do you enjoy doing combinations of the Flash and Arrow?
The crossovers? Of course. I mean, if you're a fan of television, you enjoy when characters from one show show up in another show. It's just exciting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, whenever I get to do a scene with Grant, or I get to do a scene, I recently got to do a scene with Brandon Routh, not on my show, and our show, and that's exciting. It feels special within the year of filming the show.
Because I love both shows.
I think you'll love all 3 shows.
So, Steven, you're kind of like the DC television universe patriarch, right? I mean, it starts with you. Do you find that the other shows and cast members that are portraying superheroes, they look to you for guidance as to how to lead a show?
No, I wouldn't say guidance. I would say that Grant being the easiest example. He did his own thing. and you see it immediately. When you go onto The Flash, it's just a totally different environment than Arrow. Grant like sings and dances. You know what I mean? I'm like, everyone shut up. We need to shoot, okay? I want to go home. I love you. I love all of you. I love my family more. We've got 19 episodes to go this season. Let's get the work done. And I'm not being rude, but that's the vibe of Arrow. It's you know what? We shoot a tough show. We do not rely on visual effects at all, which means that we need to shoot every page of that script, and we got to get in there, and we got to get the work done. Have a good time doing it, but we got to get it done because it's a relentless march, and there is no room for error. Within 23 episodes, that's the most episodes of a show that you can physically shoot in a year. And so we got to go. Flash, it seems different. Legends seems different. Everyone sort of takes their cue, and it's colored by the people that are at the head of those shows. You know, I get questions every once in a while, like, you know, how did you deal with this? And I'm always happy to offer advice, but all the people that are in positions of power, so to speak, within the DC universe have excellent heads on their shoulders and have a good idea of how to best do it their way.
That's awesome. All right, let's keep going. I think we're on this side, right?
Hey, Steven.
Hey, man.
I saw you at WonderCon when this all started, and I have been so impressed with how you and the show have both grown and changed and become the amazing thing you guys are now. I'm wondering, are we going to see more of that growth in Oliver? Are we going to get the happy-go-lucky, leftist, crazy guy we get in the comics in the next couple of years?
The leftist.
He is amazing.
No, absolutely. Hey, I love some of the new aspects of Oliver's character. You know, Arrow is always going to be Arrow, though. I mean, you know, what's the expression? A tiger can't change its stripes. Zebra. How am I messing things up right now?
I don't know.
Oliver can change, sure, but the show is the show, and all of the typical tropes of the show, and all of the things are going good. Oh God, they're not. That's always going to remain. But I would hope that, I would certainly say that the mayoral campaign and that aspect of the season so far has probably been my favorite stuff. It's been really, really fun, and I love the idea of Oliver as a person in the public spotlight, and hopefully we can begin to zero in on what that means, and not just, you know, united, and make it more like united for lower taxing and healthcare for everybody.
I'm looking forward to the day you mouth off to Batman. It'll be great.
Me too.
All right, keep rolling.
Hey, my name is Brett. Thank you for bringing my favorite hero to life since I first saw it on JLU. So that leads me to my first question. Will we see more of the boxing glove Arrow?
I hope so.
And a totally off-Arrow question. You had a great performance this summer at SummerSlam. And now if you were to tag with anybody in the Arrowverse or potential Arrowverse, who would it be? And would you be a heel team or a face team?
Diggle. Have you seen him? I wanted to have him come out as my bodyguard at SummerSlam, and they're like, you're a good guy, and he's ginormous. That's not totally how we do things. I was like, oh, okay. No, I'd go with Diggle, and I would, if I was choosing, I'd have us be bad guys. As I do an evil laugh.
Hi, Steven.
Hey, man.
So because The Flash introduced the concept of different Earths, how do you think your Oliver will react if he met the Justin Hartley Green Arrow of Smallville?
I mean, I gotta be careful because Justin and I are buddies. But I think he'd be like, it's a pretty bright suit, don't you think? I don't know. I never watched Smallville, and when the opportunity arose, as it does when I'm playing the same character as someone else, I actually then specifically stayed away from it. So I don't know a lot about the Justin Hartley iteration of Green Arrow, but boy, that would be a fun thing. Never say never on that one.
Do you think it will be possible since we have the different Earths?
literally nothing is impossible. People come back from the dead every week. Okay? I don't think that introducing a character from a sideways universe on a different television show is beyond the realm of possibility. Let's go over here.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm an Arrow fan and a wrestling fan, so he kind of took my question. But one-on-one wise, who would you go against?
Who would I want to wrestle against? Stardust, for sure. I love that guy, even though he's such a dink. Within our wrestling match, neither of us was involved in the finish, in the pinfall. So I mean, we gotta sort that out. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll see.
And one more question.
Sure.
So since Edge was on The Flash, is there any WWE superstar that's going to be on the Arrow?
Not yet, but that's a great idea that I may or may not have been pitching for several months now. Producers who are going to read about this on the internet.
Who would it be?
Pass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Over
Hey
here.
Stephen, it's Christy from Atlanta.
Hi, Christy.
So thank you so much for the Facebook community. It's really brought a lot of us together in a lot of special ways beyond the show, which is amazing. And you're amazing when it comes to social media. So I'm curious, you know, I check your Facebook page every day, so it engages me. But what are the top 3 Facebook pages that you check daily, and why? Or how do you know, what's engaging about them for you in terms of content?
I think Paul Blackthorne does a great job of doing behind the scenes stuff on his page. He's excellent at that. I don't check other pages. No, because the reason that I don't check other pages is because the time that I spend on Facebook is spent scrolling through the visitor posts on my page and the posts by other people, because that's where I find out about stuff. You know, that's where I. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be at a loss now. But if I have an idea that centers around a charity or the Sinceriously campaign, as an example, was born out of the fact that I had to do a Nerd HQ panel at 9 o'clock in the morning after 2 days at San Diego Comic-Con, and I had trouble putting 2 or more consonant sounds together, so I messed up a word, and I came off the stage, and all of a sudden I looked at my Facebook page the next day, and it was Sinceriously. So that's why, within my page, there are a bunch of different communities, all of which are really overwhelmingly positive, and that's where I spend my time.
And it shows. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Steven.
Hey, man.
I was wondering, which version of Oliver's persona represents you the most in real life? Is it like Oliver's Queen diplomatic persona, or the Arrow's
Definitely
brute
season
force?
1. I'm kidding. Sorry, keep going.
Or is it the Arrow's like brute force sort of method that represents you in real life?
I think that we're getting closer to the type of, to the type of person that I am in real life as he lightens up a little bit. I've never, I've been incredibly fortunate to have a healthy and a happy upbringing and a healthy and a happy family, and I've never really had to suffer through anything that would, create the kind of post-traumatic stress that Oliver suffered from in the early going. So as he moves past that, he's getting a little bit more towards me, but he's still way too serious for me. I hope that eventually we maybe mirror each other a little bit more closely, because that'll mean that he's in a good place.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, man.
Stephen Amell, you have failed this city.
You failed to pronounce my name. It's okay, though. You know what? I forgive you.
That's all right. He recorded it on his own phone.
Is there any chance the Joker could come to Arrow?
Well, the short answer is yes. I mean, of course, within the DC universe, if they're in the DC universe, I mean, if you were to ask me if Iron Man could come to Arrow, I'd be like, well, no, probably not. But, of course, the Joker could come to Arrow. Batman could come to Arrow. Superman could show up on The Flash. I mean, there's a whole myriad of options because, again, you know, DC and WB have a slate of films coming up, and those films happen, and maybe Arrow is still around when they're done. Or maybe there's a sea change and people are just like, you know what? Let's invest in something that's doing well for us. So you never know.
One more question. Who
Sure.
would win a fight, Arrow or Batman?
Me. What do you want me to say? Well, you know, Batman's more experienced and his costume's cooler, and Arrow's just a ripoff, so Batman would win for sure. No, I would win. Absolutely.
And have you seen Ben Affleck and have you seen him?
Come on.
So piggybacking on the subject of his greatness,
Come on.
we love you, Stephen, and on behalf of the staff and the volunteers and the fans, Pam at Psycho Donuts has made something very special for you. Can we go ahead and get that out of here? This is a cake that is a bust of you.
That's my first bust. Hopefully not my last. This is fantastic. This is well done. Can I eat it?
You can.
You can. It is chocolate. It is, right? Yes.
Oh my
So we
God.
want to give a big hand and thank Psycho Donuts for making this cake. And obviously, most importantly, we want to thank Mr. Stephen Amell.
All right, so we'll take two more, and then we're gonna roll on. Four more fast ones. Lightning round. All right, ready, go.
Hi, Stephen. I'm a huge fan, and I love that you use your celebrity for greater cause. But my question is that I heard that Colton is going to be returning. Will he be putting on the red suit?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part because people heard Colton Zane's names and they briefly lost their mind.
Is he going to be putting on the red suit, or is there another?
Colton is coming back. This is all that I can tell you. But he does look good in red. He looks, I mean, let's be honest, he looks good in everything, but he looks exceptional in red.
Okay, thank you.
Two.
Hi, I'm Allie. Two quick questions. First, can I get a picture of you after this panel?
Sure.
And the second question, now that the episode is aired, can you tell us in which episode you had to dub your own voice because of your swollen tongue?
3. I had to, they didn't actually have me dub my voice, they forgot. And I realized as it was about to air that I was gonna have a scene where I sounded like the preacher from The Princess Bride. But apparently nobody noticed, if you haven't asked the question. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Xavier.
Hey, man.
Hi. Before I start, would you mind, in your best Green Arrow impression, saying, Xavier Sanders, you have failed this city? On the count of 3 from my fingers, would you mind?
Xavier Sanders, you have failed this city.
And he's frowning.
Thank you. And one question. Actually, I have a question for you. What's your name?
This guy right
No,
here?
you.
James.
I'm James.
I heard you were the founder of Heroes and Villains Fan Fest. Is that correct?
I am. Along with this guy. A lot of people don't know, Steven and I have worked very hard the last 6 months, since May,
Yeah.
putting this together.
So, would you mind telling the story? Like, how did this come about? How's it been working with these stars? And where'd you get the idea? Where did it come from?
So I started off doing a podcast on The Walking Dead. And we had a little fan meetup with 100 people. And then we had a little fan meetup with 600 people. And then the third one, we had 10,500 people show up. And now we do 16 shows with The Walking Dead. I've been on The Walking Dead.
What's The Walking Dead?
I don't know. But we take care of our actors and our attendees at our conventions. And I think Steven recognized that and said, hey man, can you do a show about us? And I said, I'd be honored. And so that's why we're here today.
Last question.
Hello, my name is April. I just want to say thank you for being a big breast cancer supporter because my mom had a breast cancer. So thank you. And then I want to say, if Tommy was still on the show, what would he do for Team Arrow as far as like Arsenal and all of them helping you? What would he contribute?
Get us into the best clubs. If he was still on Arrow, he'd be evil by now.
He probably would be.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, and definitely one more because you stood, and you're gonna ask it whether we say yes or no. So.
Stephen, my name is Adam. I'm with Speed Force Photography, and since you started your F Cancer campaign, we have been raising money as well, selling our prints of my photography. First off, what I wanted to ask you, plain and simple, when are we going to see a crossover with any other characters out of that DC universe with Batman? Because you guys, I think it was Fox, owns the rights to the current Batman rights.
Yeah.
Or Gotham, like, are we ever going to see you appear in Gotham at all?
Well, I mean, everything happens under the umbrella of Warner Brothers. So that's a good starting point. There were plans, loose plans, for me to appear on Constantine before it got canceled, and that's a cross-network thing.
Are you guys going to take on Constantine then?
Well, Constantine was on the show this year, and as far as I know, that was a one-off plan, a good one-off episode.
Because CW should take him.
Well, look, in a perfect world, everyone's favorite superhero would just meet up 5 nights a week and create the most awesome television show in the history of mankind. It is a novel concept to give the people what they want, but I feel like we're moving more in that direction.
She did this because she was coming to her Speedy costume for you.
Very cool. Look fantastic.
Yeah. By the way, you could definitely beat up the Batman on Gotham.
Well,
so there's your answer. Whoever asked that question.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Watch it, kid. All right, everybody. Stephen Amell, we appreciate
Thank you very much, San Jose. Have a great weekend, guys.